Welcome everyone to this week's edition of Current Events. I'm Zach Volheim, joined by Martin Kidston, editor of the Missoula Current. Martin, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear. Well, today we're here to talk about the Mayor's Strategic 2025 Plan and kind of what all is involved in that. Could you just give me some of the basics real quick?
Yeah, so every year the city's mayor releases their strategic priorities for the new fiscal year. Generally happens around budgeting, and the city is currently budgeting. The strategic priorities kind of play into the budgeting decisions that will be made over the next couple of weeks as the process winds down. So the mayor released her things. It ranges from police and fire, road maintenance, housing, homelessness. You pretty much name it. If it exists, it's on the table.
Gotcha. And then let's stick on housing for a second. We're here right behind Bob Ward's, where the city is in talks of buying the land right behind us. What's their plans for doing anything with that? Why do they want to buy it?
Yeah, so if you listen closely to the mayor's presentation this week, there are a couple hints of new updates that have taken place. And one, she said that the city would most likely go forward with the purchase of this 10 acres that are behind Bob Ward's. This has been sought for development for a long time, but it lacks city services. So the idea is they bring in city services, they find a developer, develop housing, retail, kind of turn this into a little village back here. There's a lot of room to grow. Another big update that was in the mayor's announcement was the Riverfront Triangle. That has been talked about for quite some time. She actually mentioned it yesterday and said they're working on the agreements with the developer. So it sounds like that's still on the table. Of course, you got the downtown old library block, other public properties. They're really focusing on land banking and building housing on those properties.
That makes sense. Is this going to be something similar then to what you see over on Scott Street going on right now?
It'll be similar. This is more of an urban setting, a deep urban setting, so it'll probably be a little taller, denser, but similar to what you're seeing on Scott Street, probably a mix of income restricted and affordable housing, market rate housing, and probably some retail and some local amenities as well.
Okay. And so that was obviously a huge part of the mayor's strategic plan, but on top of that, there's also homelessness was part of her strategic plan. What are some of her plans going on for homelessness?
Yeah, well, that's on the table pretty much every year. It has been for quite some time. So as we know, homelessness isn't a new thing. But the city does run the Johnson Street shelter or owns that property. That's not going to be there for much longer. They can't continue to do that. So the mayor's goal is to find a suitable replacement or other sheltering options that are going to replace that facility in a year or two ahead. Police and fire also on the table. Of course, Missoula voters passed the fire levy. They're going to be siting a new fire station out in the Mullen area, and they've already started hiring the 20 firefighters that are needed to man that station or staff that station.
Oh, wow. So it's coming along pretty quick already, huh?
Yeah, things are already happening, but these are the kind of goals they want to look at in 2025, and they want to find tools on how to measure their progress. So that's also part of this, ways to measure their successes and look back over the course of the year and say, what did we accomplish actually?
Oh, for sure. So going forward, what exactly can we expect to happen? Is anything going to change, or is this kind of just business as normal?
This is business as normal. There's some subtleties that came out of the thing, but nothing major. It's pretty much business as usual. Of course, it's all going to come down to what the budget authorizes and what the budget allows financially. The budget process is winding down. We'll probably know here in early August what the city has to work with. And we'll also know what the proposed tax increase will likely be. So this is all kind of coming together ahead at the same time. That's how the process works. So keep your eyes open. You'll know a lot more in about 3 weeks.
And if you want to know a lot more too, you can always head over to the MissoulaCurrent.com for more information. Martin, thank you so much.
Hey, thank you.